The HEDIS season is in full swing, so Cotivity's specialists have put together a comprehensive checklist of the mission-critical activities you'll need to complete before ultimately submitting HEDIS measure scores in June 2020. We've also included a few best practice insights to guide you along the way. Let's get started. We've broken out the HEDIS season into 3 parts to better focus on key activities as the calendar advances. Part 1, Regroup and Game Plan, covers any final preparations and diligence on data mapping and validation. Part 2, In the Trenches, is the bulk of the season, where your team gathers and analyzes data to support HEDIS measure scores. And Part 3, the home stretch, includes the final make-or-break steps prior to submission. You've likely completed many or all of the tasks in this section, but it's good practice to remove any uncertainty as your team regroups after the new year. Input file specifications and data mapping are particularly important if your HEDIS reporting is supported by a vendor, so make sure there are no unresolved data issues. Second, gather together the key stakeholders in HEDIS reporting to review key project milestones. You'll also need to make time in January to complete all training exercises. Test runs performed at the end of 2019 should have illuminated variants and gaps in your process. Prioritize any work left to do to mitigate challenges later in the year when your focus is on finalizing your submissions. Being proactive is the best approach to the HEDIS season. The earlier you can pull a reliable test sample and chase for your hybrid measures, the better. Providers will eventually be flooded with record requests. The earlier you move, the more likely you are to receive timely responses to those requests. Now let's move forward into the heat of the HEDIS season. In January, NCQA releases the much-anticipated Healthcare Organization Questionnaire to collect survey results. The Consumer Assessment of Healthcare Providers and Systems, or CAP submission, follows closely on the heels of this questionnaire. Coordination with vendors is critical at this stage as you align on deliverables. There are 2 very important pieces of information your CAPS vendor must communicate. 1, what is their deadline for the CAPS extract? And 2, do they require any additional fields for that extract? Earlier is always better, but typically record retrieval and abstraction is underway in March. Cleaning up location data greatly improves the efficiency of this process. Double-check that the abstraction team is current on hybrid data collection requirements. Inter-rater reliability testing should be done at this time. Finally, you'll want to refresh administrative data to process anything not included in your initial production run. All supplemental data should be approved by March 31st. Submission of Medical Record Review Validation, or MRRV data, kicks off the home stretch of the HEDIS season. This year's deadline to send your auditor final numerator-compliant counts for all measures and exclusions is May 8, 2020. But the details surrounding state submissions are often overlooked. Don't fall into this trap. Integrate state submission activities into your overall project plan and verify individual state deadlines and requirements. Every moment is critical to success during the HEDIS season, and thinking ahead helps if an issue does surface. Be proactive to finish the season and submit your final HEDIS measure rates well in advance of June 15th. The last thing you want to discover is a critical issue up against a hard deadline. Follow this checklist and you'll be on track to submit final commercial, exchange, Medicaid, and Medicare HEDIS results by midnight on Monday, June 15th, 2020. If you'd like your own detailed HEDIS 2020 checklist from Cotivity, download it now from our website. You can also complete a form to contact us directly if you have specific questions related to your HEDIS submissions. Finally, consider subscribing to our From the Trenches podcast as we examine the latest trends in quality improvement and offer tips that can boost your program.